Man, I gotta take some medicine right quick because being one that deals with depression, severe depression, bipolar disorder, PTSD, and hearing that Chris Cornell might have committed suicide, that really rings true with me because not everything has to be a conspiracy theory, okay? I mean, not everything has to be a conspiracy, you know what I mean? Not everything has to be that the motherfucker got sacrificed. I mean, I know some. Let me get some medicine and we're gonna talk about this. Now, I know there's some that say that Chris Cornell was probably taken out as a sacrifice, like Heath Ledger, like Prince, like Michael Jackson, like Elvis, like Buddy Holly, and so many other ones. I mean, Whitney Houston's daughter. People just find it ironic. Kurt Cobain, and now Chris Cornell, and how everything just falls in with a lot of these artists who supposedly sold their souls to the Illuminati, the devil, whatever you want to call it, man. But did Chris Cornell just so happen to commit suicide? I mean, you got to look into what his last concert was, yo, in Detroit, and look at the song that he played. His very last song that he played, he came back out and played the Led Zeppelin song, man. Might lay a lot on the hint of what Chris Cornell was going through before he killed himself, man. I mean, you look at what Kurt Cobain went through. You look at what a lot of these artists go through, yo. I mean, 9 times out of 10, you don't even know who your real friend is when you're an artist, okay? So that's going to pang on your depression right there. No telling what Chris Cornell went through in his life. I mean, I don't honestly think that everything has to be a conspiracy theory, man, that he was sacrificed. I don't feel that way. I feel that he really killed himself, man. As being one that deals with manic depression, PTSD, bipolar disorder, all of those things like that, yo, I really feel, man, that this is something that's very sad, man. This is very sad for us, yo. This is very sad for the community, man. Kurt Cobain. Now, there are ones that are saying, yo, you can believe it. I'm going to wait until the facts come out a little bit more before I make a determination on my decision, okay? Before I make a determined decision, before I make a determined decision, all right? But for real, man, this is crazy. This is wild just seeing the stuff that's going on right now, man. We're losing a lot of artists to, you know, opiate overdose, drug overdoses, man. Whitney Houston, so many of these artists, man. I mean, everything doesn't have to be a sacrifice. Alright, motherfuckers could actually be mentally ill and be sick and just fucking kill themselves and just die, yo. That's the way it is sometimes. I mean, am I the only one that feels this way? I mean, we know that they went after Michael Jackson. We know they killed him, alright? We know that a lot of these other artists out here, they were hit. We know that. You can look at the facts, alright? You can look at the facts, and when you put things in line, you can see how a lot of these artists were sacrificed. They were sacrificed. They were sacrificial to the Illuminati, whatever you want to call it, man. The Illuminati is real, whether you want to believe it or not, yo. Secret society is the Illuminati. Satan is real. All right, he's real. And when the Reaper comes a calling, yo, when the Piper comes a calling, whenever you owe that due, yo, whenever you owe that due, whatever it was, yo, well, you know he's gonna come a calling. All right, they're gonna come a calling, yo, and when they come a calling, you're gonna have to owe it up. And that's the sad thing about it, yo. What up, whoever just came in to the live stream? We've been having a couple of peeps come through the live stream, hanging out for a little bit, man. Get down in those comment sections, yo, if you want to. I'm sitting here talking about Chris Cornell, man, and how he committed suicide and how it's just so much comparable to Kurt Cobain and a lot of these other artists out here that we have lost, like Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston. There's just something fishy about it, man. I mean, I want to believe it was suicide and depression, but there's just something fishy about it. There's something fishy about this, man. I don't know. It's just my opinion on this, man. I want to believe it was suicide because, you know, that's something that happens to a lot of people. Mental illness, depression is really bad. But he was at the top of his game. He was Chris Cornell, 52 years old, at the top of his game, yo. He was doing good. They just played a concert in Detroit. He was doing good. You know, yeah, he had a lot of friends that died from killing themselves, Kurt Cobain, and on and on and on. You know, a lot of other friends that he had that lost their life, you know. But that whole thing that with Kurt Cobain, man, we can get into that really, really deep about Courtney Love and all of that, yo, and how I believe that she's the one that fucking killed him. I have my reasons to believe that Courtney Love is the one that I really believe that fucking Kurt Cobain was murdered. I mean, come on, y'all. I really don't believe he said in it, I swear that I don't have a gun. No, I don't have a gun. He ain't saying I don't have a God. He's saying he doesn't have a gun. He doesn't have a gun, yo. He doesn't have a gun. He didn't have a gun. I mean, I don't know, yo. There's just so much to the lyrics of a song that you can just, I don't know, man. We're going to finish this one up and get up out of here, yo. Shout out to everybody that come by and hung out with your boy, yo. Man, I'm baked off that last hit, cuz that last hit and that got me lit. I don't know, man. Depression's real. Depression is real, and you know, I've been in and out of the hospital most of my life for that shit. For bipolar disorder, schizoaffective disorder, shit like that, yo. So he might have committed suicide, man, but I don't know. This is crazy, though. This is crazy. At first, when I first heard it, I thought that maybe he just died, like in a wreck or something, because I ain't really hear the whole details of it, because they didn't really have nothing too much, you know, with, you know, the details and any pertinent details on what happened. But now we're starting to find out that it was an apparent suicide. But you know what? You can make homicides look like suicides, right? Am I the only one that believes that you can make a homicide look like a suicide? Come on now. I can't be the only one that thinks like that. You know, hold up. Cheers, y'all. If somebody wants to make a homicide and a murder look like a suicide, they can. Am I wrong for believing that? Shout out to everybody that's been coming by and hanging out there in the live stream, yo. But am I the only one that feels that way, yo? Am I the only one that feels that they can make a homicide look like a suicide? Because we've seen many artists, you know, when they start speaking against the Illuminati, when they start speaking against, I know the Illuminati, but Tupac wasn't the only one that spoke out against the Illuminati, man. Michael Jackson did. You saw what happened to him. Prince did. You saw what happened to him. How many artists have spoke out against these secret societies, yo? And when I say Illuminati, peeps, that's the umbrella term. That's an umbrella term for secret societies out there. Yo, we got that one. But that's just my opinion on that, y'all. He might have committed suicide, but I don't know. I also think that it goes a little bit deeper. All right? I actually think it goes just a little bit. Yo, this guy's coming in. Hold up. Let me pause this, peeps. I got to pause this right quick. Because as soon as he starts coming out, he's going to kick my ass. All right, hold up. I mean, look, Chris Cornell and Kurt Cobain, both of them were the founders of grunge, all right? I'm 35 years old, so I grew up in that whole era, man. I grew up with that whole, you know, Nirvana, Green Day, Kurt Cobain, that whole shit like that, man. I grew up in that era. And seeing that a lot of these artists are dying, yo, when supposedly they sold their soul to the devil or sold their soul to the industry, man, it kind of makes you wonder. It really does. It kind of makes you wonder, man. Look at Buddy Holly. Look at Elvis. All these motherfuckers, they die of supposed suicides. I know I sound crazy saying this stuff, yo, but oh, got him. That's just my opinion. Once again, always on my channel, yo. I'm just gonna be laying out my opinions. Shout out to everybody that's been coming by and hanging out too, yo. For real, we've had about 5 people drop through and stop and hang out for a couple seconds and run out. And I can understand in society today, yo, you got shit to do, you know. You can't really be hanging around too long. So I understand it when you got to go. It's all good. I appreciate you just hanging by with your boy and just chilling and listening to me ramble. You know, it's been a bad day today, man. We just keep losing people. Alright, yo, that's it. One love to everybody that came out and hung out with your boy, yo. Chris Cornell is dead, man. Fuck. Damn, that's crazy, yo. Chris Cornell died. Oh my god. Did he really do it? Did he really fucking kill himself, man? Oh man, yo. Or was he hit? Was he taken out? Was he a sacrifice? Was it time to pay the piper, yo, for what he sold his life up to? I mean, was it time for him to pay the piper is what I'm saying. You know, honestly, he could have committed suicide. We're going to get out of here with this one. Honestly, he could have committed suicide, but he could have also had to pay the piper, man. I don't know. All right, y'all. I love y'all, man. One love to everybody that came out and hung out. Damn, this is sad. Depression. Depression is real. We got to admit that. Depression is real, y'all. Man. Y'all, I grew up on this dude. That's what trips me out, man. I grew up on this dude. I grew up listening to Chris Cornell all the time. I grew up listening to all that music. That's why this hits hard. That's why it's just, this is messed up, man. This is really messed up, y'all. The day's been a fucked up day, yo. Today's been a messed up day on that shit, yo. Alright, man. Thanks to everybody that came by. Man, I can't even talk right now. Woo! I'm medicated. See, that's what cannabis helps me for my depression. Maybe it's not like that for everybody, but for me, cannabis helps me with my depression. It helps me with my bipolar. It helps me with my brain injury. Alright? One love to everybody that came out and hung out, y'all. We're gonna get into another one at 420. I just had to talk about this shit right here with Chris Cornell, man. I had to get on this again once I found out that it was a suicide. And then, you know, seeing how, you know, the evidence that they got out there, and it's making me think, yo, it was a fucking homicide, you know, made it look like a suicide, yo. But we're still waiting on the details to come in, so I'll come back there in my 420 live stream and probably talk more on this, alright, y'all? One love to everybody that came out and hung out with your boy, for real, for real. Damn, today is a fucking fucked up day, man. We done lost another one. We lost Kurt Cobain. We lost Prince. We lost Michael Jackson. We lost Whitney Houston. And now we just motherfucking lost Chris Cornell. Who's next? Who the fuck are we gonna lose next, man? Oh my God. I gotta get up out of here, y'all. I gotta go. One love, everybody.